You don't actually hate seeing the people you love succeed. So why does something inside you tighten when they do? And if your jealousy isn't about them, what does that say about you? There's a moment you don't talk about. It's small, quiet, almost invisible. Your friend tells you they got the job. Your partner shares something they're proud of. Someone you care about is glowing in a way you're not. And you smile. Of course you smile. But something else happens too. A flicker, a sting, a thought you immediately try to bury. Why not me? And this is where it gets dangerous. Because the moment that thought appears, your mind starts working against you. Not to hurt you, but to protect you. And in doing that, it quietly distorts what you see. You don't say it out loud. You don't even let yourself finish the sentence. Because it feels wrong, disloyal, almost revealing. So you push it down. But it doesn't go away. It waits. And by the time you realize it, it's already shaping your behavior. Because jealousy toward people you love feels like a contradiction. You're supposed to support them, be happy for them, celebrate them. So when that feeling shows up, it doesn't just feel uncomfortable. It feels like evidence. Evidence that something about you isn't what you thought it was. But here's what most people never notice. You can feel jealous of a stranger, and it barely touches you. It passes. It fades. It means nothing. But when it's someone close to you, it lingers. Because they're not just someone. They're a mirror. And mirrors don't just show you what's there. They show you what you're trying not to see. And if your mind feels threatened, it doesn't show you clearly. It bends the reflection just enough to protect your identity. It doesn't stop there. You don't just see their success. You see your position next to it. You don't just see what they have, you see what you don't. And suddenly, it's not about them anymore. It's about the silent comparison you didn't choose, but can't escape. Imagine this. You and a friend started at the same place, same dreams, same late nights talking about one day. But now, they're moving, and you're still. Nothing dramatic, nothing obvious, just a quiet gap that keeps widening. And every time they move forward, you feel something tighten inside you. Not anger, pressure, because their progress is proof. Proof that it's possible. And if it's possible for them, what does it say about you? This isn't just what you feel. It's what it says about you. And that question? Your mind doesn't like it, so it interferes. They got lucky. They had help. It's not even that impressive. You don't fully believe it, but you don't need to. You just need it to feel slightly true. So you don't have to face what feels worse, because the alternative is sharper. You don't resent their success, you resent what it reveals about you. And once that idea settles in, it doesn't leave. At some point, it stops being jealousy and starts becoming part of you. Let me ask you something. If someone you love suddenly became everything you ever wanted to be, would you feel only happiness? Or would there be something else? And if there is, what does that make you? And this is where it gets dangerous. Because now you're not just reacting. You're being redefined by it. You can love someone deeply and still feel threatened by them. Not because you want them to fail, but because their success rearranges your identity. It changes where you stand. And humans don't just fear failure. They fear losing their place. We don't just want to grow. We want to grow without feeling left behind. And when someone close to you moves faster, it creates a quiet fear. What if they outgrow me? Not just in success, but in worth, in value, in who they become. And by the time you notice it, you've already started pulling back. Because it's not just about achievement anymore. It's about connection. And connection starts to feel unstable. Even if nothing has actually changed, you still talk, you still laugh, you still care, but something feels off, and you can't explain it without exposing yourself. So you don't. You stay silent, but it leaks in your tone, in your energy, in the way you react just a little too late. You become slightly distant, slightly colder, not enough to be obvious, but enough to change something. And now there's another layer, guilt, because you know what you're supposed to feel. And this is where it gets dangerous, because now your mind isn't just distorting reality, it's distorting you. You tell yourself you're supportive, that you're happy for them, but something underneath disagrees. And the more you ignore it, the more it settles into your identity. This is not just a reaction, it's a pattern. What's wrong with me? Why can't I just be happy? Why does this bother me? But the real question is this: what exactly is their success exposing inside you? Because jealousy doesn't appear randomly, it points, always. And your mind will do anything to make sure you don't look directly at it, because if you do, you might see something you've been avoiding. Maybe it's a version of yourself you never became. Maybe it's effort you know you didn't give. Maybe it's a direction you abandoned. And seeing them succeed forces you to confront it directly, without distraction. And your mind resists that. So instead of looking inward, it keeps redirecting you back to them, their life, their progress, their advantage, because that's safer. But here's the truth your mind doesn't want you to accept. The discomfort isn't coming from them. It's coming from the gap between who you are and who you expected to be. And once you see that, you can't unsee it. Sometimes, jealousy isn't about wanting more. Sometimes, it's about not wanting to feel less. And that's heavier. Because now it's not about goals, it's about identity. If you've always seen yourself as the talented one, the strong one, the one who figures things out, and someone else starts stepping into that space, who are you now? And this is where it gets dangerous, because your mind will fight to protect that identity, even if it means quietly resenting the people you love. That's why the feeling feels stronger than it should, because it's not just about what they're gaining, it's about what you feel like you're losing, even if nothing has actually been taken from you. Have you ever caught yourself minimizing their success in your head, even while caring about them? That moment matters, because that's not hate, that's protection. Your mind trying to rebalance your sense of self, even if it means distorting reality. And if you don't catch it, it starts shaping how you show up. You disengage, you hold back, you stop celebrating them the same way. And they feel it. Maybe not consciously, but they feel it. And now there's distance, not because of what they did, but because of what you didn't face. This is where relationships start to shift, quietly. And this is where most people lose something without realizing why. But there's another option, a harder one. You stop asking, why them? And start asking, why does this affect me like this? You stop treating their success like a threat and start seeing it as information. Because jealousy is precise. It doesn't just show you what you want, it shows you what you believe you're lacking. And once you see that clearly, the feeling changes. Not immediately, but it shifts. Because now you're not running from it, you're confronting it. And that's uncomfortable, because it puts the focus back on you. Not in a gentle way, in an honest one. You can't control what they achieve, but you also can't hide from what it brings out in you. And here's the part most people avoid. You can grow from jealousy, or you can let it quietly rewrite who you are. But you can't do both, because ignoring it doesn't remove it. It embeds it deeper, until one day you don't recognize how you've changed around the people you love. So the real question isn't whether you feel jealous, You already know you do. The question is, are you willing to see what it's doing to you, or will you keep letting your mind protect you while it slowly reshapes you? Because the feeling itself isn't the problem. It's what it's pointing at. And if you're honest, you've known it this whole time. You've just avoided looking directly at it. And maybe that's why it keeps coming back. Not to hurt you, but to expose you. So the next time you feel that tightness, that quiet sting you don't want to admit, don't look away. Don't rush to cover it. Just sit with it a little longer than you're comfortable with. And ask yourself something you've been avoiding. If their success hurts, what part of you is still waiting to become someone you're not yet willing to be?